track reviews.
Okay, it's vamp time. That's right. It's been a very busy and chaotic 48 hours in Playboi Carti land. We are actually seeing some movement in terms of new music and a new record. He hopped on Instagram to drop a few snippets to essentially confirm new music is on the way in 2024 and came bearing gifts.
He's Santa.
Like this new song and music video that fans are saying is You're the Moon. Curious to see what's going on here. Is Carti going to be going for any new sounds or vibes or anything like that? Yes, we will see. Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a try and see what it's offering. Okay, heard the song a few times over. It's an interesting vibe from Carti. The instrumental doesn't so much come across like your usual aggressive, saturated, super distorted, rage beat. While you do have those rattling hi-hats for sure, it doesn't really feel as trap inspired as, I don't know, like a cold, eerie, desolate, very heady and cerebral, almost like IDM style electronics, especially with those super icy synthesizer leads. It doesn't really feel hype and explosive like so many tracks from Whole Lotta Red. This track, I would say, is coming across a lot more cold-hearted and maybe a little bit standoffish, which I suppose is sort of reinforced by the very odd music video where Carti mostly seems to be performing to maybe his own reflection in a window or something like that, or like, some kind of imagined audience, and the camera angle is kind of like catching him diagonally at the side while he's kind of like, facing something else. It's like in this song and in this video, he's like in his own little purgatorial mental space, and there's nothing there other than him in this frosty little beat. Let's talk about the flow a little bit on the track, because that is kind of different. Carti is definitely back very snugly in that baby voiced range. He is really riding high with those nasally inflections to the point where he almost sounds inhuman or borderline alien, but he's not really hitting us with any crazy aggressive or over the top ad-libs, especially in the background, like no crazy overdubs or anything that's like super noisy or attention grabbing. The closest thing he has to a lib or some kind of repetitive refrain or riff or something to come back around to is that occasional "see ya" that we get on the track. Now, much like the instrumental, the tone of Carti's voice and his delivery, the volume and the aggression, it's kind of low. I wouldn't say it's half-hearted or it's boring or lacking in charisma or energy. It's just a little eerie and strange and super low-key, feels in a way almost secretive. And rather than going for a usual verse, chorus, verse, song structure or some kind of progression that sees an explosion at some point, I think Carti is kind of creating a bit of an earworm or a hook by virtue of having a flow that is both repetitive but then also throws out slight variations across the run of the track. So it's not as if you're being hit with the exact same thing from the front to the back of the song, but there is certainly a familiarity from beginning to end, which is maybe my biggest issue with the track generally. I feel like if you've heard the first half, you pretty much already know what the second half has to offer. Now, from what I understand, this forthcoming record from Carti is still set to be titled Music. There have been announcements of projects and music since the release of Whole Lotta Red, and as you guys know, either stuff has been shelved or has been retitled, but with 2024 around the corner, the likelihood of this title shifting from here probably low. I guess it remains to be seen as to whether or not this track is a whole new direction for Carti. Will all the songs on this record, or most of them, follow suit with this kind of eerie, hypnotic vibe? Are we in for weirder and goofier and stranger and more experimental flows? Or will he find a way to just kind of reinforce everything that he did on his last record? I guess we'll see. And that is going to be it. Anthony Fantano, Playboi Carti. If you've heard the track, let me know in the comments what you think. Over here next to my head is another video you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel.